Yeah, I just want to say if you're in the U.S. military and you didn't defect or leave the army or disobey orders for an army that we know is going to destroy millions of people's lives, I hope you get sent back in a body bag. I do hope you get sent back in a body bag. Yes, that goes for you watching this. Yeah, so I hope you become a magnet for bullets.
That's crazy. Listen, I've seen and heard a lot of people say a lot of things on this internet, on social media. I've seen people even wish harm on the president of the United States of America, both Biden and Trump, which I believe that both of them was egregious. Both instances where somebody would wish that on a president is egregious. I would never in any way, shape, or form do that. But the level of disrespect that we have for our military, and to say that I hope that a bullet hits you or that you're a magnet for bullets, that he ends up in a body bag, is, in my opinion, one of the most disrespectful things that you can say against the United States of America. Regardless of what you may feel about who's in office and what issues, because obviously this came out right after Maduro was captured for the whole Venezuela. And 99.9% of all Venezuelans are ecstatic, and they're saying, shut y'all mouths, y'all don't really even know nothing about what's going on over here. Even though we have all of these political people that suddenly became experts on what happens in Venezuela and why Trump invaded in the first place. But neither here nor there, because he didn't invade. He just removed somebody that Biden had already put a $25 and then up to $50 million bounty on his head to capture Maduro. We're sitting here and we're having a conversation, and we always respect our military, Army, Navy, Air Force, and so on and so forth. I mean, I extended all the way over to police officers, anybody that's in public safety, firefighters, EMS, anybody that is serving, truly serving and putting their lives on the line for American citizens. I always salute, because they are the reasons why we have the privileges to say and do the things that we want to do on a regular basis. We have to invest wholeheartedly in our military and in our army, because that is the real reason why we get to have the civil liberties and the freedoms to say and do the things that we do. It's not because we're capitalistic or we're awesome or we just have this moral compass that's higher than the rest of the world. It's not. It's because of the sacrifices of the men and women in our military, and that's why we say thank you for your service.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Anton Daniel, shut the fuck up, man. I don't like this dude, you know. This dude, this is the worst type of nigga to ever come across. Because for the simple fact, you got a nigga like this because he allegedly made something of himself, which it came out that a lot of your riches or so-called riches you got was through inheritance from your father, man. You probably broke low-key, because if you just so fucking rich, you wouldn't be doing this podcast shit every damn day. You know, oh, well, I'm on the Millionaire Money Show and all this other, who gives a fuck? But the point is, he's the worst type of nigga to ever exist, because he loves the so-called white man. And he loves Donald Trump like he swear this dude, DJ Trump, Nero 47, which we affectionately call him, can do no goddamn wrong. But the part that's really aggravating it all is that he condemned this Jake here because of what he said. What the fuck did he say that was so wrong? Because if you know the history of the United States military and the shit that they do to these other countries, how they occupy other lands, steal resources, enslave other people. Look at what they do in Venezuela, bro. Look at what they did in Nigeria. Look at what they did in South America, man. You know, look at these different countries that Esau has invaded and took their resources, raped the women, unalived the men, raped the kids, and really consider the fact that this man is really the devil.
Didn't
But you don't
defect
see
or
that
leave the army or
your
disobey
bootlicking
orders
Uncle
for an
Tom,
army
which
that we
Uncle
know
Tom
is
is actually a good guy.
going to destroy
Uncle
millions of
Sambo,
people's lives.
you know, this
I hope.
this nigga is the modern day ruckus, man. But Jake basically said, I hope you come back in a body bag, because, and he got a point, because your civil freedoms and liberties was not based on what the fuck this government did to you for you. You just so happened by default to get forms of affirmative action and got some type of liberty because of slave labor, man. Because when you go into the whole concept of the North and the South, the North, they wanted to eat off slavery as well. In the South, they wasn't eating as much, man. So they was like, you know what? Fuck all this Civil War. Let's go ahead and make everybody contractual slaves. But do you know that your black ass is still considered 3/5 of a man and you really have no rights? Talking about our civil liberties, our civil liberties. What's so civil about paying fucking taxes to a government that's sending your tax dollars to Israel, but yet he'll never speak on that? You know, and he swears by this nigga Donald Trump. Oh my God, he's speaking about the United States military. Who gives a fuck? Fuck the hell with the fucking military, man. Okay, the military ain't nothing but a goddamn bunch of mercenaries that go and they kill people for their own fucking pleasure. That's what the United States Army do. So he ain't wrong about that. All right? Because all you Jakes, which when we say Jake, we're talking about Israelites. All you Israelites that's in the military, if you don't come up out of there, you are going to be destroyed, because the Lord said, make no covenant with the heathen, man. You're not supposed to be fighting for this man's army. That ain't your fight. But what do Jake do? Shuck and jive and coon. You know, they go over there and get blown halfway to hell, come back with a goddamn plate in their lip, and they barely get disability, but you want to talking about this is a righteous system. The Most High is going to smoke you, Anton Daniels, man. And you're going to get put down in the worst way, because you're the worst type of nigga, man. You're the worst type of nigga to exist. Speaking bad about our truths. And then when you look at the dummies in the comment board, all these people, they don't even understand the difference between right and left wing. They're so divided over this right and left wing paradigm bullshit, to the point they don't know that both sides is playing your stupid asses, man. Democrats and Republicans have no issues with one another, man, as far as on hierarchy levels. It's the same goddamn bird getting to the same destination with different methods on how to do it. They just got you stupid people down there fighting over the left and the right. Well, I vote for Trump. Well, I vote for Kamala. Well, they allow liberals in the city. Well, they open the borders. Bunch of dumb bullshit. And both sides are fucking you sideways, man. But this blabbering idiot right here, and yes, you're a fucking idiot. And I pray the Most High unalives your wicked ass, man, and make a public example out of you. Because don't forget, nigga, you came up against the Israelites, so the Most High got a scopeo on your fucking ass, bro. He's watching you. And when you get to the thick of your pride, that's when Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai is going to bring your black ass down. And he's going to make it public, man. And we ain't going to feel bad for you defending this fucking man. What the fuck wrong with you, nigga? Defending a fucking white man, Trump. You think Trump give a fuck about you? You sitting here dick riding Donald Trump. Trump don't give a fuck about your black ass, man. He don't give a two fucks about you or your people. But you so quick to hop on Trump's bandwagon because you think you got a couple of coins in the bank. But guess what? This society is going to collapse. And then when it collapses, what you going to do? You're going to take your ass down there. You're going to get the microchip. And the Lord is going to burn your ass up. All right? But anyway, let's get a couple of precepts. Because like I said, this dude, he's the worst type of nigga. He's fucking aggravating. And I don't like this dude, man. And now, I will give him credit on certain things he put out there. Because he put out some decent content when it comes to relevant topics. But when he go left like this, it's like, fuck this dude, man. And the only reason why your content is booming is because you're taking ideas from the prophets, my nigga. All you podcasters out there, all you people that claim to have some type of platform Now every nigga's a political guru. He's a geopolitical guru now. Everybody knows about geopolitics now. Everybody knows about the war in Venezuela. It's not even a war, you know, and there's different stories and narratives coming out about that. But now everybody's speaking on Venezuela. Everybody's speaking on Libya. Everybody's speaking on Hamas. You know, everybody's speaking on the tensions in the so-called Middle East. Everybody's a scholar now. All right, but you didn't get the prophets of Yahweh Shah the credit that we deserve, because we've been speaking on stuff like this before you niggas even thought about putting the camera, before you were grabbing the mic, man. You know? So let's get a couple of precepts. Not gonna be too long. But anyway, it says, yes, the United States Army was founded directly out of bloodshed. And do you know that so-called blacks in Seminole Indians trained up like parts of the cavalry during the time of what they call the Gullah Wars? Look that up. How the hell you think Esau learned that CQC, close quarter combat? He learned it from Gad and Reuben, which is the Seminole Indians and the Native American Indians, which makes up the tribe of Gad and Reuben. Bet you didn't know that, did you? But anyway, it says, yes, the United States Army was founded directly out of bloodshed established by the Continental Congress on June 14, 1775. So it says bloodshed. They was founded in war, all right, and catching bodies and all this other bullshit. And mainly enslaving our people, because the United States military put hell on Israel, man. And it says here, a unified force to fight the British during the American Revolutionary War. Hold on. It says to fight the American Revolutionary War. A bloody conflict that began with fighting at Lexington and Concord. Its creation was a direct response to armed conflict, aiming to organize colonial militias into a professional army to secure American liberty, with George Washington appointed as the first commander. And guess what? This nigga George Washington had slaves, bruh. So don't sit up here and act like America is really doing you a favor because you have a voice to speak now. At the end of the day, they can shut your ass down if they wanted to. And they don't look at you like you're anything important, bruh. Just thought you should know that. All right? Revolutionary War was a prolonged bloody conflict and an army survival. Eventually, victory required immense sacrifice. Now, out of the United States Army, you got several branches of the U.S. of the military. You got the Navy, you got the Air Force, you got the Space Force. Okay, you got the Navy SEALs, you got the Marines, you got the Army. Hell, you got the fucking CIA. That was an extension of the United States military too, because they have a military backing for the CIA, man. Okay, so what does the CIA do? Central Intelligence, right? They gather intel on people and they illegally spy on people and they assassinate motherfuckers, man, for their own free will, just to keep this wicked kingdom going, which you don't believe, right? So you probably should do your research on that before you start dick riding, bro. So this is the book of Proverbs 11 and 21. And it reads here, though hand join in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Okay? Though you trying to join hand and you want to save the so-called white man, because we know how much you love Donald Trump, you know, hey, he's still going to be destroyed. He's still going in captivity. And you don't have to believe the Bible. You don't have to believe how we're teaching it or whatever. But at the end of the day, what the prophets of Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and his Son, they will reign supreme. And you're going to see exactly what the prophets have been speaking this whole time. Your beloved Donald Trump, hey, he may not make it in World War III. He may just catch a bullet before his term is up. All right, because they want to impeach his ass. Either way it go, he's going in slavery, man, because he's the damn devil. All right, but though hand join in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous should be devoured. And you a proud nigga, bro. Okay, you a proud nigga, bro. Hold up, condemn it to just. Justify the wicked. Justified. I probably spelled it wrong. This phone is a little off. Bingo. Because one thing about Anton Daniel, he gets on his speed. He talk all types of shit about Jake. And I get it, you know, Jake is wicked. Our people are wicked as all hell. You know, they are wicked and they are in the mindset of the so-called white man. So I grant you that. But even then, You just talk shit about Jake because you think you're better than him, but you're no better than the common 2/3, bro. You know, but you give this devil a pass. You know, always saying, well, white privilege don't exist and, you know, blacks have it just as easy as anybody else. Shut that bullshit up, bro, because we are the most oppressed nation of people on the fucking planet, and everybody knows that. Okay, now I do admit that Jake do have opportunities, but it's not as easy for Jake to get opportunities like other people, man. Like when you look at the NBA, you know why the NBA is so full of so-called blacks and Hispanics, man, and Native Americans, mainly Judites, Benjamites, Levites, Gadites, and Reubenites, man. You know why? Because they know our talent, and we make the NBA $250 billion a year, man. So that's the reason why they hire niggas to fight in the, well, not fight, but even in the military. This is the reason why they hire so-called black men in the NBA, because of our talent, bro. You know? But even then, that's only like 1%. It's not a whole lot. Because every Jake that play ball does not get drafted to the NBA. That's just not how that works. You know? But anyway, it's Salaki, I'm actually walking. But anyway, this is the book of Proverbs 17 and 15. He that condemneth the just, it says, he that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they are abomination unto the Lord. Right? So you condemn the just, which is our people. You are Israelite, bro, whether you believe it or not. But you justify the wicked, you are an abomination to the Heavenly Father, and all abominations will be rooted out. Okay, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai does not like abominations, man. And that's exactly what you are. You are a walking, talking abomination to the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right? But it says here, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. So you are an abomination to the Lord, whether you think so or not. And I'm going to end it after this because the point is being made. Plus, I got things I need to take care of. But this is the book of Isaiah 13 and 15. It says, everyone that is found should be thrust through, and everyone that is joined into them shall fall by the sword. So, at the end of the day, you want to be hand in hand with this devil, you're going to be eliminated with him. So, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you are edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.